You got some sun today, bro.
Yeah, I was at a water park.
You got to go on some water slides and stuff?
Yeah.
Kicking off summer, school's out. Right on. Hey,
Sorry for the burn face.
you don't have to apologize. It's Max and Chad back with another conversation in autism, and today's video I'm actually super excited to talk about. You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is anger.
Anger.
And yeah, more than that, we're going to talk about Max's ability to overcome anger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to start by first telling you how proud I am of you. So in the last couple of months, you have figured out how to deal with the things that make you really frustrated really fast.
Yeah.
For 13 years, you and I have been butting heads. Would you say that anger is the biggest stumbling block in our relationship?
Probably.
Yeah. And I think so too. And my ability to deal with you when you're angry, it's taken me over a decade to figure out. And I think just now, you're 13, I'm 45, we're at a point where you and I are starting to figure this out together. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely agree.
Yeah, so let's talk about it a little bit. One of the things that I've noticed is that since we've been doing these YouTube videos, you've changed.
Yeah.
And it's been really fascinating to see, and it's been really awesome to see. Your mom and I talk about it quite often, and we kind of brag about you to our friends and family that you've grown a ton. And I think part of it is just our ability, you and me, to sit down and sort of hash out these things. I've learned a ton from you, and I am pretty sure that the people watching have learned a ton from you as well. So it's pretty awesome. So let's get into it.
Okay.
You have lately exhibited the ability to, when you spool up super fast when you're angry about something, you have figured out how to recognize it and bring yourself back down. Talk us through what you do.
So first of all, I take a deep breath, and then I try to say, anger, stop, go away. And then you give me a hug. Tight squeeze.
Yeah.
And that's how I get calm from anger.
So from day one, even when you started talking as a child and understanding when I would speak things to you, I've said to take a deep breath. Buddy, you gotta take a deep breath and just take a step back and calm down. And so I've been saying that to you your whole life. The biggest thing that he just said right there was that we hug. Now, it has taken me 13 years to figure this out, for us to figure this out, that the biggest thing for you when you're mad at me is to hug me. That's one of the biggest things to help you calm down, right?
Yeah.
Which is so counterintuitive, which is a big word for it doesn't make any sense. Because when I'm mad at somebody, the last thing I want to do is hug them.
Oh, you know what would help me? You know another way that will help me calm down? Put me in an ice cold river.
Let's talk about that in a second. We have a story about a couple weeks ago, some things happened and total reset. Can we talk about that in a second?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I want to talk about that hug thing.
Yeah.
I want to tell you that when you get mad at me for the last 10 years, you've gotten so hopping mad at me. You've even taken swings at me before in anger, and you've slammed doors. And is it okay if we talk about this?
Sure.
Okay. And you've really gotten, you kind of like what I would call throw a tantrum or whatever. And when you're mad, You're usually mad at me. And so for you to need a hug from me, my dad brain, it just like doesn't compute. And it's taken us 13 years to figure that out. That when you spool up and you get frustrated with something that's going on, or mom or me, you just need a hug.
Definitely.
That's amazing. And I hope that that helps other people as well, because it is so foreign to me to think about the person that's mad at me just needs a hug from me. And so I so appreciate you and your ability to figure that out and come and tell me. I think it's super special, and I think that that hug and that squeeze component of autism, and that sort of, that like the sleeping with the heavy blanket and the compression, and that we've wrapped you up in tight life jackets before to make you feel good. Like, I should have known. I should have known that, dang it, that kid just needs a big old bear hug. And but I so appreciate you coming to me and telling me that. And I think it's going to do wonders for our relationship moving forward. I'm sorry that it took us so stinking long to figure it out. Yeah. Should we tell them the story?
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in Idaho on the Spokane River in the boat. We were with some friends.
Yeah.
And so there were two families in one boat. And you did not start the day off well. And when we got in the water, you continued to have a rough time, didn't you?
Mhm.
You were, is it okay if I tell everybody how you were feeling?
Yeah.
Okay. You were not treating your friends very nicely. You weren't treating your family very nicely. You were grumpy about everything. Everything irritated you. And it was about noon. Water temperature was like 56, 58.
What?
Somewhere.
How?
What?
How's that possible? It's gotta be like 40.
No,
9.
it was in the mid to upper 50s. You just have you just haven't experienced it that cold. So nothing was working. Trying to get Max to change his attitude, nothing was working. He was just angry and grumpy and bitter, and he just not having a good day. He was sitting up in the bow of the boat and griping about something. And we were just sitting there with our friends, hanging out, and I was tired of it. I walked up to the bow of the boat. The water's pretty cold. Grab Max by one arm, one leg, gently pick him up, reach over the side of the boat, and set him in the water. And then what did I do? I got right in after you, because I wasn't going to make you experience that without doing it with you. So I jumped in the freezing cold water. Meanwhile, Max is trying to claw his way back up on the side of the boat. And bro, I'm kind of sorry that I did this because of the panic look on your face. You panicked. And I was just like, bro, it's fine. It's just cold. You need a change of scenery. And I peeled you off that bow of the boat, and I made you swim around, and you tried to get on the inner tube that somebody was hanging out on, and made you swim all the way around the back of the boat. And our friends were sitting there, and they're staring at us kind of like, what is happening right now? You were freaking out, trying to get up on the inner tube, trying to get back on the boat. I put you back up on the swim step, on the back of the boat, and jumped up on there with you, and immediately wrapped you up in a big hug. Do you remember what the first thing you said to me after that was?
Nope.
You said, wasn't that bad after all. After freaking out and screaming and like everybody looking like, what is going on? You're like, wasn't that bad. Tell me how the rest of the day went.
It went fine.
What happened to your attitude after that?
It went good.
Total reset. Your attitude changed just like that. You were happy as a clam. We kept doing the same stuff that we were doing in the morning. We just continued, and it wasn't like we changed anything. But you had a radical environment change, and you completely reset, and you rallied, and we had a fantastic day. And I think the two go together. The hugs, which is a totally radical environment change from screaming and yelling.
Yeah.
And also like a physical reset with kind of a shock, right? Like cold water was a shock. And I think that just thinking outside the box and thinking about, okay, what's the hard way to go? Like hugging you while you're mad at me is hard. And I've learned to go, okay, don't take this personally. I'm just going to wrap him up and hug him. I know he's mad at me and he's calling me names and he's doing super frustrated, but I'm just going to hug him because I love him. I think that radical environment change helps. And same with like the cold water, like it just sort of set you in a different place and helped you restart your engines. And I think it was pretty cool. But I just want to tell you again how your mom and I have noticed big changes in you over the last few weeks. It's been a few weeks since we did a YouTube video together, and I've really been excited to talk about this issue and how mature you've gotten and how you've grown in your ability to deal with anger. So I'm proud of you. Thanks.
Thanks.
Do you have anything else to say about the anger part?
Nothing much.
Okay.
See you later.
See you guys later.